Let us all rise together in gratitude, bow our heads, and feel the presence of our Lord as we offer our prayer for today's event. This shall be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Almighty, ever-living God, the most merciful and compassionate, we thank you for creation and the life you have given us. Together, we people of diverse religions, spiritual expressions and indigenous traditions, who invoke you by different names, humbly pray for your providence and protection in the midst of the COVID crisis. Strengthen and guide government leaders and private agencies, especially our administrators, faculty and staff, for the wisdom to do what is right and just. Enlighten the minds of students, that despite the educational limitations in this new normal, they may study diligently and effectively. Bless our families, remove our fears, and help us to trust in your love, so that by our example and generosity, we can inspire and help others. Grant all of us, especially the frontliners, good health and accept those who have died in your kingdom. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, anak ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisilip. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mabaga, may nilagang tulad, awit sa paglayang minamahal. Pag-islap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na naglilindi, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang mali magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhatit pagsinta mo'y langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pamay mga pirang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In recognition of faculty, researchers, and extensionists who made invaluable contributions in the field of RD&E, the Bicol University Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, and Extension, through the Publication and Knowledge Management Division, in collaboration with the Extension Management Division, the Research, Development, and Management Division, Intellectual Property Management Division,
and different discipline-based centers. Center for Technology Commercialization and Enterprise Development, Center for Teaching Excellence, Center for Policy Studies and Development, Center for Gender and Development, Regional Center for Food Safety and Quality Assurance, and the Regional Center for Science and Mathematics Education.
Bicol University welcomes you all to 2020 RD&E Exemplar Awards.
This award-giving ceremony celebrates those who added substantially to Bicol University's feat in contributing to RD&E outputs of the university, such as, but not limited to, won an award in RD&E presentations in an international, national, or regional fora or conferences, completed RD&E-based papers or articles that are published in CHED-accredited journal or international refereed publications such as Elsevier, Scopus, and Thomson Reuters journals. Faculty who have acquired certificates of patents, utility models, and copyrights from their official RD&E undertakings, and outstanding performance in extension undertakings. So today, we will highlight the recognition of a total of 101 awards, 21 RD&E presentations for national and international conferences,
64 research publications for CHED recognized journals, national and international index journals, 13 intellectual property awards, and 3 extension awards. So to formally open this noble undertaking, let us all listen to the Vice President for Research, Development, and Extension, Dr. Luis O. Amano, for his opening remarks.
Our beloved University President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas, the 3 Vice Presidents, Deans and Directors of the academic units, Directors of the Division and Centers of the Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, Extension, technical staff, our esteemed faculty awardees. Ladies and gentlemen, good day. It is my pleasure, on behalf of the Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, Extension, to welcome you to this first virtual Bicol University Research, Development, Extension awarding ceremony. Unfortunately, the circumstances are very different this year, but we are still happy to build on the success we had on the previous years. It is very inspiring to note that in the presentation of Dr. C.P. David on the research dimensions of university rankings, snapshots of the Philippine universities, 5th series of the IRIS Leadership Legacy Forum last July 14, 2021, Bicol University ranked 28th, 32nd, and 40th in engineering, science, and health, respectively, based on the 1998 to 2020 Scopus in Web of Science indexing services. It is an indication that we are doing quality researches worthy of publication. I am very pretty sure that your published articles were included in those metrics. I would like to congratulate all awardees who will be honored today for their excellent contribution to research and extension output of the university. Recognition motivates people. Being rewarded for doing well is one of the biggest incentives anyone could receive. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Bicol University, led by our beloved President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas, for continuously supporting us in all our activities. I hope this award scheme will encourage the development of culture of research and innovation among our faculty members for the greater good of Bicol University. Finally, I would like to recognize the contribution of the directors and technical staff of the different divisions and centers under the Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, Extension for the successful conduct of this activity. Again, my congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much and good day.
Thank you, VP Dr. Luis O. Amano. And now, our University President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas, will give us his inspirational message.
To our Vice President for Research, Development and Extension, Dr. Luis Amano, the Director of Research and Development Management Division, Professor Ronel Juneda, the Officer in Charge of the Extension Management Division, Professors Weng Suelo, other officials of the university, faculty members and researchers, awardees, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant day. If you are to ask me if we have achieved our goals and key result areas in research and extension, I would definitely say that we have come quite a long way, especially in the development of attitude in establishing a culture of research and extension. The fusion of research and extension has indeed helped tremendously in shaping the minds and attitude of our faculty members in terms of their involvement along these areas. The intensive mentoring and constant follow-up on crafting researches from proposal to its inception and to its completion, including publication in our very own reference journal, has made the dream of every faculty member to get published more reachable and within one's grasp. The openness and drive of the unit and college research and extension coordinators that matches the zeal and dedication of the staff and heads of offices in research and extension, not to mention, of course, the perks and privileges from RD&E engagements, have greatly helped in allowing our faculty members to perform their mandated functions. Even instructors who are not yet required to do either research or extension have stepped up their game, investing on these engagements for future professional ability and development. As your president, I am truly happy and gratefully appreciative of all your collective efforts. I know that initially there was resistance. There were skepticisms. There were doubts, especially in the direction that this administration has taken in the fields of faculty research and extension engagements. But your performances and contributions to these critical areas has made me realize that eventually things will be seen in a better light, that our directions will be fully embraced and welcomed. This awarding ceremony, though done annually, is a manifestation of the tireless and continuing efforts of each faculty and staff to do their significant role in ensuring that Bicol University, as an emerging research university, is not a far-fetched or chaotic dream. It is, in fact, within our reach. Last July 14, I had an opportunity to attend the 5th series of the Irish Leadership Forum, where the former PSHER Director, Dr. C.P. David, presented the ranking of higher education institutions in terms of their research performance during the last 5 years, that is, from 2016 to 2020. I was overwhelmed by the report, but at the same time overjoyed because of the fact that we have been doing for the last 5 years, from policy innovation and reforms, facility build-up, organizational restructuring, to human resource development, are slowly yielding the dividends. BU is now ranked number 32 in terms of publications in science, number 28 in engineering, and number 40 in health. No less than Dr. C.P. David was surprised with our performance because we were not in the radar before. The ranking was based on the publications and citations from both Scopus and Web of Science indexing services. I hope we will be able to move further in the ranking ladder, which will be a crowning glory for Bicol University. So, the inspirational message you're waiting to hear from me, though highly appreciated, is not really warranted. Why? Simply because instead of me inspiring you, you have continuously inspired me to dream big for Bicol University. With your collective efforts and your continued support, you have given me the added courage, that extra push to move just a little more and push and walk just a few more miles, even in these pandemic times, so that together we can bring Bicol University to the height of achievement and accolade it truly deserves as the premier university in the Bicol region. Thank you for not giving up on our vision. Thank you for staying on course. Thank you for inspiring me to be a better leader and a better person. May we both continue to inspire one another so that we'll always face head-on whatever challenges may come our way as one Bicol University family. Congratulations!
Thank you, Dr. Mascareñas.
Let's come now to the highlight of this event. Our first set of awards is the RD&E presentation during the 2020 Blended Conference on Education, Research and Extension, the third Regional RD&E Conference, cum 32nd Annual In-House Review of Completed Researches. Each paper will be receiving a cash incentive and a certificate of recognition.
The paper under thematic area Climate Change and Natural Resource Management recognize researches that may help us improve our understanding on the causes of climate change. It may also help us respond scientifically to the risk posed by this phenomenon towards a climate-resilient environment. So the Best Paper Awards for Climate Change and Natural Resource Management category are:
Third place, Fish Coral PRSA Management Information System for Albay, Ragay, and Acid Gulfs. Researchers Benedicto B. Balilo Jr. from the College of Science and Publication and Knowledge Management Division. Ronel R. Juneda Sr. from the Research, Development, and Management Division. J.V. Christopher Rivar from the College of Science. Davy Balmadrid from College of Science. Daryl James C. from the College of Agriculture and Forestry. And Hannah Louise Maranya of the Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, and Extension. Second place, Mangrove Assessment of Albay, Ragay, and Acid Gulf. Researchers Benedicto B. Balilo Jr. from the College of Science and Publication and Knowledge Management Division. Ronel R. Juneda Sr. from the Research, Development, and Management Division. Alan Adonis L. Malvar from the College of Agriculture and Forestry. Darrell James N.C. from the College of Agriculture and Forestry. Grant Espinosa from the College of Agriculture and Forestry. And Jed O. Masbate of the Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, and Extension. First place, Water Quality Conditions in Albay, Ragay, and Acid Gulfs, Bicol Region, Philippines. Researchers, Grace L. Aitona. Shindy O. Logo. Maria Andrea Jane Pimentel. Eunice A. Janeda. David John Candelaria. And Silene Jan R. Malto of the Regional Center for Food Safety and Quality Assurance and Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, and Extension.
The papers for the global competitiveness in business and industry recognize researches which highlights the important and crucial roles of the public and private sectors in improving national and global competitiveness of industries and economy at large. The Best Paper Awards for Global Competitiveness in Business and Industry category are:
Third place, Mapping the Tangible and Intangible Heritage of Tabaco City, Philippines. Researcher Edgardo L. Basmonte from the Center for Teaching Excellence. Second place, The Sense of Place of Pulangi, Albay, Philippines. Identification of its significant cultural properties. Researcher Janet Ibarreta Triunfante from the Publication and Knowledge Management Division. First place, Tangible Immovable Heritage of Legazpi City, Philippines. Significance to Cultural Tourism. Researcher Elizabeth E. Alfane from the Extension Management Division.
The papers under the Institutional Policy Research recognize the researches which provided knowledge and significant information towards relevant and data-driven institutional policies. The Best Paper Awards for the Institutional Policy Research category are: Third place, Psychological Profiling of Bicol University College of Industrial Technology Pre-Service Teachers. Researcher January M. De Chavez of the Bicol University College of Education. Second place, Psychological Profiling of Bicol University College of Agriculture and Forestry Pre-Service Teachers. Researcher Maria Elena C. Ahoro of the Bicol University College of Education. First place, Assessment of the Mental Health Literacy of the Faculty in Bicol University Gubat Campus. Researcher Maria Corazon P. Rico of the Bicol University College of Education.
The papers under the thematic area Social Development Promotion recognize researches with timely and relevant information on the needs of the society that will eventually assist our government and other organizations to develop services, policies, and products that are responsive to the needs of the society. The Best Paper Awards for the Social Development and Promotion category are:
Third place, Open Contracting Data Standard-Based Procurement Audit Portal for Philippine Government Agencies. Researcher Floridel S. Relucio from Bicol University, Pulangi Campus. Second place, Improving Communication and Coordination Process of Traffic Incidents through Integration of Spatial Analysis. Researcher Maria Charmy A. Arispe of Bicol University, Pulangi Campus. First place, From Community Volunteers to Elected Officials, Factors Influencing CV's Motivation to Seek Elective Position in Local Government. Researchers Tanya L. Añinuevo, Ross Daniel O. Baldoza, Cherilyn P. Labayo, Emmanuel E. Prenya, Maria Vida Teresa O. Sales, Angelo C. Uclaray of Bicol University College of Social Sciences and Philosophy and Center for Policy Studies and Development.
The papers under the Food Security and Poverty Reduction category recognize the researches that endeavors to deepen the understanding on food security in the region and enable researchers to articulate key policy challenges and opportunities in this specific area of discipline. The Best Paper Awards for Food Security and Poverty Reduction category are: Third place, Dynamics of Catch and Effort in Entangling and Handline-Dominated Fishing Ground. Researchers Renan U. Bobiles of the Bicol University Tabaco Campus, Angelo P. Candelaria, and Ronel R. Janeda Sr. from the Research, Development, and Management Division. Second place, qualifying factor effects of the antibiotic removal capacity of Titania impregnated adsorbents through an empirical model. Researchers Arpon T. Lucero Jr. and John Raymond B. Barajas from the Bicol University College of Engineering. First place, qualifying factor effects on the bactericidal activity of Moringa impregnated absorbents through an empirical model. Researchers John Raymond B. Barajas and Arpon T. Lucero Jr. from the Bicol University College of Engineering.
The next group of faculty researchers who will be recognized are those who had presented their research papers and received awards in the different international conferences. Third place, Best Virtual Research Presenter category, Track 1. Mayon Volcano Natural Park as a natural heritage, mapping its cultural significance in the municipality of Camalig, Albay. Researcher Cristina A. Militante of Bicol University College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. Presented at the International Conference on Technology, Culture, and Society 2020. Second place, Virtual Research Presenter for Track 1. Cultural Mapping in Daraga, Albay. Researcher Imelda Asuncion S. Barce of Bicol University College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. Presented at the International Conference on Technology, Culture, and Society 2020. Second place for Best Virtual Research Presenter of Track 9, Disaster Risk Reduction. An inventory of indigenous technologies for disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation. Researcher Maria Elma L. Mirandilla of the Publication and Knowledge Management Division. Presented at the International Conference on Technology, Culture, and Society 2020. Second place for Best Virtual Research Presenter category, Track 11. Legazpi City, Albay, Philippines, Tangible Immovable Heritage, Significance to Cultural Tourism Development. Researcher Elizabeth E. Alfane of the Extension Management Division. Presented during the International Conference on Technology, Culture, and Society 2020. First place for Best Virtual Research Presenter category, Track 1, and 10th Best Research Infographics Presenter, Mapping of the Tangible and Intangible Heritage of Tabaco City, Philippines. Researcher Edgardo L. Besmonte of Bicol University Center for Teaching Excellence. Presented during the International Conference on Technology, Culture, and Society 2020. Before we continue to the next set of awardees, let us all listen to the inspirational message to be given by Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Amelia A. De Rosa.
Greetings to our beloved President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas, to our Vice Presidents, Deans and Directors, and special mention to the OVP RD&E family, headed by Dr. Luis Amano, the Vice President for Research, Development, and Extension, the Division Center and Center Directors, especially the Publication and Knowledge Management Division, headed by our beloved Dr. Benedicto Balilo, and all the staff of the PKMD who made this event possible. Also, all the staff and non-teaching personnel of the OVP RD&E, have a wonderful day to all. My warmest greetings of congratulations for having done these RD&E Awards. My greetings also goes to the honorees, or our beloved faculty members, researchers, and extensionists. My warmest congratulations. Looking back We did the same RD&E Awards in 2019. And today, we celebrate the honorees and our faculty members' achievements for the past year, 2020. In the year 2020 was an uncertain period of our time. All of us were forced to be within the confines of our homes due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We were forced to stay at home and put to a halt all our activities in the university, personally, as a family, professionally, in all our workplaces, socially in our lives with our friends and colleagues. But there were those who consistently worked to lessen the impact of the pandemic, and even until now, they continue to do the work. We have scientists, doctors, nurses, educationists, and many other men and women who continue to help in finding the cure necessary to flatten the curve, which continues to rise even until today. Now we hear of variants of the virus, and it continues to threaten our lives. So what do we do next? Life must go on, and we do move forward. So today, we mark another year to celebrate in Bicol University the achievements of our faculty members who have done their best in research and extension. As I've said, in 2019, we had the same RD&E Awards before the pandemic. I remember my wonderful moments at the RD&E office and how everyone rallied together to come up with a night to remember. The awardees were in jubilation to be recognized. In that year, we moved our frames backwards and remembered the struggles and achievements of the past 50 years of Bicol University. Rewarding and recognizing employees, we know fully well, leads to a greater employee engagement, which in turn increases retention and helps create a more positive overall workplace. Incorporating a rewards and recognition program helps increase employee engagement, leading to many benefits of the organization like increased productivity. Today's awards in the RD&E marks the day for those who have chased excellence. I personally convey my warmest congratulations to all awardees and say that you have reaped the fruits of chasing excellence. I also would like to congratulate the men and women behind this event, the PKMD and the OVP RD&E family. I began my message with an opening about the challenges of the pandemic and how many men and women struggled to find the cure against the virus, and many of those who did their best to prepare the future that we have today. Without the innovations of the internet and many other innovations, many would not have been able to move forward due to the pandemic. These are excellent examples of men and women who struggled hard to make our lives today possible because of the great work that they did. According to Abraham Lincoln, the best way to predict the future is to create it. In essence, this is research and innovation. Without the fruits of hard work of our past and present innovators, the world would not have been prepared for these uncertain times that we are facing today. My message, therefore, is simple. Let us create something useful that will make a significance and give meaning and use to our lives and the lives of others. The world is wide and many questions abound. According to Albert Einstein, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Let our faculty researchers be for the purpose, be it in education, in science, in philosophy, in our health, our social existence, economics, and many other fields of which we are in the best capacity to do. Let us know that research is the distance between idea and realization. As what John F. Kennedy said, the good of education is the advancement of knowledge and the dissemination of truth. Likewise, being in the Bicol University, I know that endless research is key to our academic excellence. In closing, let me once again greet you all my warmest congratulations, and with the hope that you will be continually inspired to see what everybody has seen and to think what nobody else has thought about. Carry on the torch of excellence in education, be it in research and instruction or extension. Be the better version of yourself as a teacher and as a researcher. Please know that as your Vice President for Academic Affairs, I express my profound gratitude for your successes, your commitment and dedication to service to our students and our beloved institution, the Bicol University, and the people who we committed to serve. Again, thank you very much, and please know that we believe in each of you and we thank you. Godspeed and take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Darasan.
We come now to the recognition of faculty researches published in the national and international publication. In the current affairs of higher education institutions, publication researches become inevitable. The accomplishment in research, specifically in publication, help maintain the reputation of HEIs and knowledge-generating institutions. Under the National Publication or CHED-recognized journal, we have 32 out of 33 papers that were published in our own university journal, the BU R&D Journal, which is CHED Journal Incentive Program recognized as per CMO number 50 series of 2017, indexed in the Andrew Gonzalez Philippine Citation Index and Crossref. So each paper already received a cash incentives of 15,000 pesos, and the researchers will also be receiving a certificate of recognition. Physiological and hydrological characteristics of Sagomayon River traversing Bicol University main campus, Legazpi City. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher Jefferson M. Cipriano from Bicol University College of Engineering. Awareness of vulnerability of communities on natural disaster and psychosocial services of the local government units in the province of Albay, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher Sepronio B. Belardo from Bicol University College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. Diversity of tree species within an urban forest fragment in Albay Province, Bicol, Eastern Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researchers Dean Carlo F. Galias, Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero, Melchor A. General, Erwin N. Bañares, and Jocelyn E. Serrano from Bicol University College of Science. Identification of pteridophyte species in Kalikasan Park, Daraga, Albay. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researchers Maria Teresa Abalon Mirandilla
Erwin N. Bañares, Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero, and Melchor A. General from Bicol University College of Science. Effect of arrowroot or Maranta sp. Food product supplementation in diet-induced hypercholesterolemic mice. Published in the BU R&D Journal Volume 21. Researchers Dale Mick C. Membreve, Edward Jomerl B. Baldo, and Ida Francia H. Revale from Bicol University College of Science. Input, throughput, output, analysis of water resources in Sorsogon City, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal Volume 21. Researcher Richard L. Bartolata from Bicol University College of Nursing. GCMS analysis of metabolites from Aspergillus tamari and Trichoderma sp.V detected promising biological compounds. Published in the BU R&D Journal Volume 21. Researchers Charmaine A. Malonzo and Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero from Bicol University College of Science. Bicol University College of Nursing, Vision, Mission, Goals and Objectives, Awareness, Dissemination, and Attainment. Published in the BU R&D Journal Volume 21. Researcher Maria Delia C. Rañeses from Bicol University College of Nursing. Experiences of traditional healers and their patients in Bicol Region, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal Volume 21. Researcher Nera A. Galan from Bicol University College of Nursing. Mainstreaming of environmental education in the physical science courses of Bicol University College of Education. Published in the BU R&D Journal Volume 21. Researcher Maria Eden A. Ante from Bicol University College of Education. Effectiveness of the environmental education program in enhancing preparedness of the vulnerable populations in coastal communities of Manito, Albay. Published in the BU R&D Journal Volume 21. Researcher Maria Teresa M. Abainza from Bicol University College of Education. Assessment of workplace of barangay health workers in selected municipalities in the province of Albay, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 22. Researcher Jean Annette S. Ibo from Bicol University College of Nursing. School-based psychosocial intervention program for disaster trauma in Albay. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 22. Researcher Gruja Rewalios from Bicol University College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. Development and evaluation of hydro-pneumatic power brake system trainer. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 22. Researchers Nicanor Balbin and Jason Abrigo from Bicol University College of Industrial Technology. Water, sanitation, and hygiene situation in Bicol University, Albay, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 22. Researcher Richard Bartolata from Bicol University College of Nursing. Development and evaluation of power steering system trainer. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 22. Researchers Emerson L. Manzanillo. Nicanor Balbin, and Danilo B. Mendeville from Bicol University, College of Industrial Technology. Antibacterial activities of endophytic fungi from Capsicum annum L. or ceiling labuyo leaves and fruits. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 22. Researcher Jaslyn T. Imperial from Bicol University, College of Science. Mapping the tangible and intangible heritage of Tabaco City, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 23. Researcher Edgardo L. Besmonte from Bicol University, Center for Teaching Excellence. Culture and Heritage of Tiwi, Albay through the lens of cultural mapping. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 23. Researcher Ruby Ann L. Ayo from Bicol University, College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. Tangible Immovable Heritage of Legazpi City, Philippines. Significance to Cultural Tourism. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 23, Issue 1. Researcher Elizabeth Alfane of the Bicol University Extension and Management Division. Mayon Volcano as a source of place identity in Gunubatan, Albay. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 23. Researcher Carlo Gabriel Abante from Bicol University Research, Development, and Management Division. Institutional capacity of Bicol University related to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher Alma S. Banwa from Bicol University, College of Nursing. Readiness of the Bicol University English Department for the impact of K-12 on higher education. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher Maria Celina Elijah Meneses from Bicol University, College of Arts and Letters. Implementation of Fish Coral PRSA web-based information system for Acid Gulf Project. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researchers Benedicto B. Balilo Jr. of the College of Science and Publication and Knowledge Management Division, Ronel R. Juneda Sr. of the Research Development and Management Division, J.V. Christopher Vivar, and Davy Balmadrid from the College of Science, Daryl James C. of the College of Agriculture and Forestry, and Hannah Louise Maranya of the Office of the Vice President for Research, Development, and Extension.
In the province of Sorsogon, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researchers Viola L. Amano from Bicol University Jesse M. Robredo Institute of Governance and Development, and Julieta V. Mojados from Bicol University College of Business, Economics, and Management.
Infant Health Beliefs and Practices of Mothers in Taysan Resettlement Site in Legazpi City, Albay, Philippines. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher Esther S. Valladolid of Bicol University College of Nursing. Phonological, lexical, and morphological analysis of the Philippine East Meraya Bicol Pilar dialect. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher, Angela E. Lorenzana of Bicol University, College of Education. Nutritional analysis of Bicol smoked round scud or Dicapterus microsoma and Pinangat products, published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researchers, Ivan N. Malaluan, Grace L. Aitona, Jeffrey D. Peregrino, and Charmaine A. Malonzo of Bicol University, College of Science. Geotechnical characterization and analysis of the soil along the banks of the Sagumayon River, published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 22. Researchers, Ana G. Belaro, Edmundo O. Estor, and Oliver E. Aligan of the Bicol University College of Engineering. Innovation and development of extractor for malunggay or Moringa oleifera lamp, published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher, Christopher Pacardo of Bicol University College of Agriculture and Forestry. Code switching as a politeness marker in Sangguniang Panlalawigan, regular sessions in Albay. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher, Maria Celina Elijah Meneses of Bicol University College of Arts and Letters. Socio-demographic profile and employment status of Bicol University College of Arts and Letters graduates from 2008 to 2010. Published in the BU R&D Journal, Volume 21. Researcher, Reina O. Habalo of Bicol University College of Arts and Letters. Diseases of taro, Colocasia esculenta L. in the Philippines. Published in the Philippine Plant Diseases Bulletin, Volume 1, Issue 2. Researchers, Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero, Jocelyn T. Imperial, Christopher Lance Andrew V. Molina, Joanne N. Mallorca, Marian Isabel L. Sabdao, Maria Jessica M. Bombita, Eliza Joyce M. Perillo, and Jocelyn E. Serrano of Bicol University College of Science.
Next set of awards will be given to the faculty researchers who has completed RD&E-based papers or articles that are published in the international refereed publications such as Elsevier's Scopus and Thomson Reuters journals. So each paper already received the cash incentives of 50,000 pesos, and the researchers will also be receiving a certificate of recognition.
Life experiences of child miners in Paracale, Camarines Norte, Philippines. Tradición, inspiración, explotación y aspiración. Researcher Noel R. Raffer. Published in the Human Rights for Children and Youth. Morpho-biometric relationship relative condition factor and meat yield of distant scallop, Brachyclamis vixillium, Reeve 1853, in Acid Gulf, Philippines. Researcher Victor S. Suliman, Renan U. Bobiles,
Alex P. Camaya, Ian Chris R. Buban. Published on the Asian Fisheries Science Journal. Catch and effort statistics of fisheries in Albay Gulf, Philippines. Researcher Aldrin B. Macale, Angelo Candelaria, and Ronel R. Juneda. Published on the AACL Bioflocs. Bryophyte Flora of Kalikasan Park, Albay, Philippines. Researcher Daily Meek S. Membreve, Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero, and Erwin N. Banyares. Published on the Journal of Biological and Environmental Science. Citizen-centric driven approach on disaster resilience priority needs through text mining. Researcher Lani L. Maceda, Thelma Palaog, and Aris J. Ordonez. Published on the International Journal of Scientific and Technology Research. CipherBit 192, Encryption Technique for Securing Data. Researchers Benedicto B. Balilo Jr., Bobby Gerardo, and Yongchul Byun. Published on the Applied Computing and Information Technology Journal. A grounded theory on conflict management in long-distance relationships, a social-technical perspective. Researcher Gremil Alessandro A. Naz. Published on the International Journal of Social Technology and Knowledge Development. In vitro anti-diabetic, anti-obesity, and antioxidant of selected endemic plants from Mount Mayon and Mount Malinao, Albay, Philippines. Researcher Lilibeth A. Kahuday, Dale Meek S. Membreve, Michael V. Montealegre, and Jocelyn E. Serrano. Published on the International Journal of Biosciences. Survey and in vitro investigation of the plants used by traditional healers in the treatment of diabetes in Albay Province, the Philippines. Researchers Dennis B. Gogola and Maria Luisa U. Tango. Published on the Herbal Medicine Journal. Implementation and performance assessment of enhanced RC5 crypto system applied to different file types. Researchers J.V. Christopher Vibar, Ariel Sison, and Ruji P. Medina. Published in the 2019 IEEE 9th International Conference on System Engineering and Technology. ERC5A, an enhanced RC5 algorithm on bit propagation in the encryption function. Researchers J.V. Christopher Vibar, Ruji P. Medina, and Ariel Sison. Published in the 2019 IEEE 4th International Conference on Computer and Communication Systems. OCDEX Portal, a data-driven approach in analyzing procurement process of community-based HIV/AIDS advocacy-related items. Researchers Frey Sangil and Lani Maceda. Published in ACM International Conference Proceedings Series. eLahok, an e-participatory platform for disaster risk reduction and management. Researchers Jennifer L. Luvido and Thelma Palawag. Published in IOP Conference Series, Material Science and Engineering. Unified Modeling and Framework Design on Procurement Data Standards Implementation. Researchers Floridel S. Relucio and Josephine De La Cruz. Published in ACM International Conference Proceedings Series. Feeding Behavior Classification of Nile Tilapia, Oreochromis niloticus, using convolutional neural network. Researchers Ben L. Samaniano, Arnel Fajardo, and Ruji P. Medina. Published in the International Journal of Advanced Trends in Computer Science and Engineering. A procurement data standard tool for state universities and colleges. Researchers Floridel S. Relucio and Josephine De La Cruz. Published in IOP Conference Series, Materials Science and Engineering. Head and tail technique for hashing passwords. Researchers Michael Brogada, Ariel Sison, and Ruji P. Medina. Published in the 2019 IEEE 11th International Conference on Communication, Software, and Networks. Sinusoidal growth, recruitment, mortality, yield per recruit analysis of Burrid fan scallop, Mimaclamis funebris, Reeve 1853, and their implications for mariculture. Researchers Ian Chris R. Buban, Christian D. Cabiles, Renan U. Bobiles, Alex P. Camaya, and Victor S. Soliman. Published on the Journal of Fisheries. Toxicity of copper oxide and zinc oxide nanoparticles and their bulk counterparts on selected soil-borne fungi. Researcher Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero, published on the Agriculture and Natural Resources. Phenomenologizing Filipino Custodial Grandparents' Interment Stress. Researcher Salvacion Lagiles Villafuerte, published in the Educational Gerontology 2020. Phytochemical screening, antioxidant and gastroprotective activity studies on the fruit peels of selected varieties of banana. Researcher Dennis B. Gogola, published in Herbal Medicine Journal. Fish Coral PRSA Information System for Albay Gulf. Researcher Benedicto B. Balilo Jr., Runel R. Juneda Sr., J.V. Christopher Vibar, Davy Balmadrid, Daryl James C., and Hannah Louise Marana. Published in STEP International Journal of Computing Sciences Research. Status of coral reef on Malabungot Protected Landscape and Seascape. Researchers Runel A. Juneda Jr. and Runel R. Juneda Sr. Published in Purusho Science. Rapid survey of macrofungi within an urban forest fragment in Bicol, Eastern Philippines. Researchers Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero, Erwin N. Banyares, Melger A. General, and Jaslyn T. Imperial. Published in Austrian Journal of Mycology. Assessing Internet Preferences of Aging Filipino Siblings, Application of Conjoint Analysis. Researchers Salvacion L. Villafuerte and Alan B. de Guzman. Published in Educational Gerontology. Mini Industrial Robotic Arm, Mera Learning Package. Researcher Kenji E. Merenciano, published on the International Journal of Advanced Science and Convergence. Occurrence and Recurrence, the Fish Kill Story of Lake Buhi, Philippines. Researchers Plutomeo M. Nieves, Antonino B. Mendoza Jr., and Sandy Ray B. Bradesina. published in AACL Bioflux. Siderophores of fungi from Lipa Clay Loam Soil, Philippines. Researcher Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero. Published in the Philippine Journal of Systematic Biology. Piloting the Gyrec Toolkit in Sorsogon City. Researcher Gramil Alessandro A. Naz. Published in the United Nations Environment Program. Customizing school-based disaster risk reduction and management capability. Researcher Mary Joy B. Katangi. Published in the Journal of Critical Reviews. A qualitative approach to understanding the need for better pay. Perspectives of Albayanos nurses employed in private hospitals. Researcher Dennis B. Gogola. Published in the Philippine Journal of Nursing.
And now let's listen to an inspirational message to be given by the Vice President for Administration and Finance, Dr. Joseph Bartolata.
The President of Bicol University, Dr. Arnulfo Mascareñas, the Vice Presidents, Deans and Directors, Heads of Offices, members of the teaching and non-teaching personnel, the honorees, our guests, and other stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant day. Firstly, let me formally congratulate the honorees in this year's Bicol University Research Development and Extension Awarding Ceremony, anchored on the theme, Inventions, Utility Models and Copyrights as Institutional Outcomes for Attaining World-Class University. BU always ensures that all your worthy accomplishments and contributions in the areas of research and extension are formally recognized in special gathering like this, because institutionalization of recognition and rewards is one of our strategies to promote a culture of excellence in the areas of research and extension in the university. Friends, it must be emphasized that research and innovation plays an important and dominant role in development. Economic progress largely depends on knowledge and its utilization. And knowledge creation or advancement should be the main goal of higher education. Put differently, in a knowledge-based economy, the role of tertiary education should be emphasized. Well established is the distressing fact, however, that research productivity is one of the weakest links of Philippine higher education institutions in becoming a world-class university. This can be attributed to numerous factors, foremost of which is the poor research culture. And since research and extension is a continuum, this results necessarily in the lack of materials that need to be shared and extended to the stakeholders. We also emphasize that the parameters against which the performance of HEIs along research and extension gets measured have evolved over time. Currently, the emphasis is on institutional outcomes. And it is good to know that there are persevering HEIs all over the country that have taken bold steps to improve research productivity. BU for sure is one of them. Over time, we have introduced institutional interventions to radically change the research and extension culture in the university. Friends, one influential thinker once said, and I quote, "In the future, we will not be able to compete in the world stage with low labor costs or by exploiting vast reserves of mineral resources. We will have to compete with our brains and with our science." This is where the importance of the role of the university comes in. And this is the role we should willingly embrace, because the challenge of pursuing and becoming a world-class university is not just about academic reputation. It is also for economic reasons. Friends, the road to becoming a world-class university is long and winding. And we take pride in the fact that our honorees in this year's awarding ceremony have responded to the challenge of achieving this institutional aspiration. May you therefore sustain the momentum as we try to ensure that you enjoy the necessary institutional support from Bicol University. Again, our congratulations. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bartolata, for your message. So at this point, we shall now come to the recognition of faculty researchers who were able to acquire certificate of patents, copyrights, and utility models from their official RD&E undertakings. For the copyright,
experience of traditional healers and their patients in Bicol Region, Philippines. Researcher, Nera A. Galan of Bicol University College of Nursing. Gender and development mainstreaming related to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene in Bicol University. Researcher, Nera A. Galan of Bicol University College of Nursing. Input, throughput, output analysis of water resources in Sorsogon City, Philippines by Richard L. Bartolata of Bicol University College of Nursing. Water sanitation and hygiene situation in Bicol University, Albay, Philippines by Richard L. Bartolata of Bicol University College of Nursing. Curricular alignment to outcomes-based education of the Master of Arts in Nursing program by Esther S. Valladolid and Ruben P. Garriado of Bicol University College of Nursing. Performance of barangay health workers as community health providers by Lucilin C. Ibuenga of Bicol University College of Nursing. Padanghim by Elizabeth E. Alfane of Bicol University Extension Management Division. Basic operations in QGIS for Saray application by Carlo Gabriel Rico Abante of the Research Development and Management Division. The Avian Encounter Assessment of Birds in Bicol University by Jonathan Jaime G. Guerrero of Bicol University College of Science and Publication and Knowledge Management Division. Common Health Habits and Lifestyle of the Bicol University Teaching Workforce by Maria Delia C. Rañeses of Bicol University College of Nursing. Health Profile of the Bicol University Teaching Workforce by Maria Delia Ciranyeses of Bicol University College of Nursing. An Inventory of Indigenous Technologies for Disaster Risk Reduction and Climate Change Adaptation by Maria Elma L. Merandilla of the Publication and Knowledge Management Division. Method of Culturing Pearl by Professor Ronel R. Juneda Sr. of the Research, Development, and Management Division.
Another inspirational message to be given by the Vice President for Planning and Development. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Professor Jerry S. Bigornia.
Today, I feel grateful and honored to greet all the awardees in our 2021 Bicol University Research, Development, and Extension Awards. This moment is one of the most memorable events in our beloved university. Despite the fact that we are experiencing much uncertainty due to the COVID-19 pandemic, let us not forget to honor and recognize the services and commitment of our dedicated researchers, extension specialists, and our members of faculty because we consider them to be frontliners. We sincerely appreciate all your hard work, dedication, and commitment to serve in a world-class university for so many challenging years. We look forward to seeing you all recognized of the great things we know you will accomplish in the coming years. Hard work has truly paid off. That is why you deserve the recognition from our flourishing university. Again, congratulations and God bless.
Thank you, Professor Bigornia.
The next set of awards recognizes the projects and programs which exhibited potential in terms of sustainability and institutionalization and whose impact extends to the clienteles and the community itself.
To receive Certificate of Commendation. Third place, Rollout of Homegrown Technologies, Crab Lying-in Hatchery Technology. Project Leader, Dr. Plutomeo M. Nieves. Component Leaders, Dr. Arnulfo M. Malinis and Mr. Caril Juneda. To receive Certificate of Commendation. Second place, Establishment of a Watershed Outdoor Learning Center for Outcomes-Based Education in Forestry. Project Leader, Professor Maria Julieta C. Gonzalez. Component Leaders, Dr. Lurdita A. Lianto, Dr. Silva Elena B. Payonga, and Professor Sara D. Sambajon. To receive a cash prize of 10,000 pesos and Certificate of Commendation. First place, Skills Training for Accelerated Growth in Local Government Training for Better Access to Job Opportunities. Trabajo. Project Leaders, Professor Mary Ann L. Ansano and Professor Maria Crescia C. Banyares. Component Leaders, Professor Nolan G. Belaro, Professor Elmer Lorenzana, Dr. Dimson M. Rivero, Professor Edgar S. Barameda, Dr. Rameses M. Lorino, Professor Julie Ann M. Lustan, Professor Sheila B. Desuyo, and Professor Mar Belica.
To formally conclude this event, we shall hear it from the Director of the Research Development and Management Division, Professor Ronel R. Juneda Sr., for his closing remarks.
To our President, Dr. Arnulfo N. Mascareñas, our Vice President for Research, Development and Extension, Dr. Luis O. Amano, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Amelia Durosan, other Vice President, Deans, Directors, our co-workers in Office of the Vice President for Research and Development and Extension, our researchers and extensionists in the university, good morning. Research and innovation are two very important definitive pillars of a university. Through research, we create knowledge and innovations that the society, the government, and the industry need for development. Through extension, we connect products of research and innovations to their beneficial ends. Understanding research and extension is not an easy task. It requires intellect, dedication, and even passion. Thus, we need to recognize faculty members who have succeeded in completing their research and extension projects. More importantly, those who came up with publications, intellectual property, and other outcomes out of their completed researches. It is because of them that the university achieves its key performance indicators. Research and innovations are important because they are tools for facilitating learning, building knowledge, and providing solutions. It is a means to understand issues and increase public awareness. Research allows us to survive challenges to humanity in the past and even up to this present time. Research allows us as well to disprove lies and support truths, especially now that many falsehoods circulate in social media. Meanwhile, extension democratizes knowledge acquisition, as beneficiaries are taught new skills, even if they are not within the formal school system. It helps in the adoption and innovation that can aid in solutions of the problems of the local communities. Extension improves the standard of living of the beneficiaries and helps in progress of communities. Finally, it contributes to the attainment of national development trusts. In honoring the researchers and extension workers, we affirm the importance of research, innovation, and extension in the society. It underscores the need for faculty members to undertake these academic functions to the benefit of the communities, of the government, and of the industry. By recognizing our researchers and extension workers, we hope that we inform the other faculty members to do the same. Congratulations, mabuhay.
Thank you, Professor Ronel.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That formally concludes the 2020 RD&E Exemplar Awards.
Congratulations to all the awardees, and may this shed inspiration to everyone watching here tonight. Thank you very much for spending your time with us.
This has been Joyce Camille T. Sepe from the Center for Technology Commercialization and Enterprise Development.
And Janet Ibarreta Triunfante of the Publication and Knowledge Management Division,
saying so long from Bicol University. Thank you and good night.
This is the school we wish to sing, of a school to honor and revere, a temple built by man of firmness, a mold for you to walk with pride, for He will always be united, although we tread on distant lands. We cherish what you've taught us, that you wholeheartedly gave forth. Bicol University, burning torch of wisdom, fount of courage, hope, and love, seed of truth and love.